G'day, citizens. Welcome to Inforunners. I'm Execute, joined today by Non-Stop Bops. How you doing, mate?
How you doing, guys? Good to see you.
We're actually live in front of a studio audience. Bops is streaming as we record this one, aren't we, buddy? So it's a bit nerve-wracking. I have to behave. I'm not going to be able to re-record this one. Right. So there was a hell of a lot of leaks, like a massive bunch of leaks dropped today about noon Australian time. I actually stayed up 2 hours past where I wanted to go to bed. I was absolutely zoinked. I sat down with VMXEO and Grim and a bunch of other guys, and we kind of just, Trispone was there as well. We just dived into it and kind of pulled it apart. It was very, very interesting us to get a lot of the answers finally. Have you had a chance to take them on board too, Bobs?
Yeah, so I've looked at a few of the leaks that have come out, specifically in relation to some of the ships. Very surprised by some of the stuff that's come out. More interested to see how it all plays into the future of Star Citizen. Obviously, we've had that massive engineering test. So yeah, really, really cool, really exciting. I mean, IE is always exciting.
Yeah, well, there's a few of them that break their own kind of rules and conventions and stuff. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they pan out, and some really unexpected things. Just like, again, we don't always get this stuff right. We're going with the information we have and things that they've basically talked about in the past and trying to go within their own conventions. But boy, do they love breaking their own conventions. You can only do data analysis like that. You can only narrow it down. Otherwise, you go on wild out into Fantasyland. And funnily enough, someone made a call. I think we'll start here. I found this hilarious. Bob sent this to me, and I found it hysterically funny. Perseus has piloted slave guns. I fucking called it. It's just a pair of Gatlings, but still, suck it in front of us. Oh, that was hilarious. So I thought I'd show that off. So good. I thought personally attacked. I was told to suck it, and then I moved on. But yeah, no, good for you, man. Like, again, using the information that we have, like, it was unlikely to us, right? And again, as you said, it's just a pair of Gatlings, but you're right. It does have weapons, and that's good to see. And eventually the MFD system will come in, and you'll be able to put any guns on the pilot most likely anyway. So that's a part of what it really is, just what CIG decide to go with, like, the default. We've kind of seen it before, like the Corsairs had changes to who controlled the guns and stuff. There's been many other ships where it's come along and changed. So I am kind of happy there are some pilot guns. I'm going to be honest with you, but people ask me to make a call or give our opinion. We can only go on the information we're given. So I do want to kind of highlight that whenever you're speculating, we are not the arbiters of truth. It doesn't work that way. And we actually actively invite you, like this gentleman here, to challenge us, because that way we go backwards and forwards and we get closer to the truth. That's what this is all about. It's just trying to get to the truth. So I wanted to highlight that. I have no ill will to this person at all. Please do not attack them. Laugh along with them, because that's what we did. I hope you do the same. Yeah, good on you. What's his name? Barsad the 12th. Yeah. Absolutely, good on you for calling it, mate. Yeah, good on you.
You're 100% right. And that's the thing is, when we're wrong, usually it's exciting to be wrong because it's something that we didn't think of. But to be very fair, if this did have pilot slaved, if the main guns were pilot slaved, we'd probably be having a different conversation. So
yeah.
But it's only
only
the ballistics.
But it's still really cool, like, because again, the pilot will be in that situation where it can actually help taking out some of the planes and stuff. But yeah, we're going to come with the Perseus last, though, because there's a lot to cover on the Perseus. Right.
Look at all those tabs.
Yeah, there's a lot of tabs. So first came off the rank is obviously the MDCs. This is insane. Quite frankly, it is what do you call it? PDC on the back of a Jeep, essentially, which is amazing. Totally changes what I thought this was going to be. They'd listed missiles in the files. This is actually really interesting now. This has gone from just being an LTI token to something of worth. And like, automatically shooting shit down is great.
My question to you is, what's the use case?
Well, they talk about, it's funny you mentioned that. I'll bring up the descriptions here. And I'll read it out to you. Give me a second, I'm just gonna find it. And I did not have this up. I should have this up beforehand. Give me a second, sorry, I'm trying to find it.
No, we're good. We're good. I can sort of see a world here where it can be used to like keep like a miner covered while they're on the ground doing ground mining or this sort of thing, or maybe have a couple set up around your Centurion or something like that. That way your Centurion can focus on taking down fighters while these are working to disable any incoming missiles or bombs. You know, if you to stop friendly A2 from coming down and slapping. So
well, it's mainly for defense. It is in the name, so it's Mobile Defense Center. So this is the description from the little floor plates that they find. So this says, the manufacturer is Grey Cat Industrial, focuses combat. Building upon the robust and sturdy industrial frame, Grey Cat has crafted the MDC Mobile Defense Center into an effective combat vehicle ready to protect your interests from remote mining sites to patrolling high-value processing centers thanks to its mounted PDS turret. So it's like a security guard type. You drive around, you see the ship, you just drive over it, it shoots it type of thing. I think that's kind of cool, and it'd probably shoot wildlife as well, and people on the ground, a whole bunch of things. So it could be really interesting. I that's what I mean. Like, it's just changed how I totally thought of what this was going to be. It's not just another boring AA variant, and I really hope that. I kind of hope we don't get that variant that we thought we were going to get, to be honest. So, like, when
we've got it already, right? And there is a world where in the future, I would love to see 25 variants of a vehicle that has rockets on the back, but we're not there right now. The game has a long way to go. In the same way that I want to see 40 light fighters that can all essentially have the same loadout, but are all just different brands. I want to see one for every single brand, and I want to see 20 new brands. More than just your Origin and your Drake. I want to see like Krueger and maybe something new. We just got Grey's Market. But right now, what I want to see is the game grow and be optimized and all of these other things. I don't need another anti-air cyclone or whatever right now at this stage of the game. So this is really interesting because it's different. It fills a niche that we haven't seen yet, and overall it's really just positive. I got positive to say.
I would also rule out that it's probably not rule out that there's a possibility of other variants in the future, like the way that they've essentially cut, like it's like a ute. You know how you can have a cabbed ute or a ute with the back off. So you could actually even have a cargo variant. I don't know. I think that this is not the last we've heard of the this little vehicle. I think maybe the missile does come back. Maybe there's another variant. I look at that and I can't not see the UTC now, and you know the other one that they do, and the Steve. Like there's a really integral family connection there that I can see. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Right.
I'll say this as one final closer on it. This to me feels like the very first time we've got a vehicle that is really a canvas. Like you said, because of that ute cut, we can do quite a lot with it. And I feel like the Centurion, and I don't know what the model of that Centurion is called. The way it can be a Centurion, a ballista,
Atlas.
The Atlas
platform.
Frame. Yeah. I would like to see more in ships. I would like to see more of these like Atlas MDC platforms where it's a ship that can be highly modular, like this is. You know, the back of it right now is a PDC. It could be missiles, it could be ballistics, it could be a crafting vehicle. Who knows? I want to see more of that in the ship world. So
modularity is a good thing. It gives versatility. Right. This actually, I wanted to show that one second, so I do apologize. But this is the Salvation. Your first.
You call this?
Well,
it looks amazing. That's my first thought. Is this is a new kind of RSI, and I'm in.
It is the Orion and the Arastra's future. As soon as we saw it, that's what we thought of. We went, so they're essentially building out a whole second style guide, RSI Industrial. And I also put it to Grim and Fistbone and that this, we may see other ships that lead up to those ships. So if they're the large and a capital, and we've just got a small, we're probably going to see a medium and a smaller large. So like an S2, 3, and 4, as we go up to get to the 5 and 6. So this could be really interesting. We could have some more RSI industrial ships coming down the pipe. So that's how they're taking a break from RSI. They're moving to an industrial look instead of a civilian. Is this the civilian? Would you call it civilian?
Is this the first? Yeah, civilian. I think so. Or civilian industrial.
Yeah.
The starter industrial, right? Like the Golem. Is this the first, besides the Orion, which isn't out? Is this the first industrial RSI ship?
Well, you got the Arastra and you got the Orion, so there's two in that.
Oh, the Arastra. Yeah.
At the moment, my brain is, I've got too much other shit in
I
my
always
brain
forget
that
the
I'm trying to
Arastra.
hold for all the others. You asked me a question that I wasn't ready for. I don't think there is, but if there is one, let us know in the comments. Is there another industrial ship for RSI besides the Orion and the Arastra? And there's probably one I'm forgetting, knowing my brain.
Well, I always forget about the Arastra because I saw it I still remember the day that they revealed that the concept, and I went, "That is the coolest looking warship I've ever seen." And they said, "And it does mining," and I went, "No."
well, it's funny the look that it's come off. Like it's got little bits of the three concepts in a way. Like it's got the kind of the Pisces looking middle one, but then it's also got the mantis looking things that have morphed a bit and become a bit more industrial. I find it really interesting. So not sure if it's got an in internals yet or not, but this is also a shot of the back, so you can kind of see it's almost got a similar loading system for a box like the Mule, funnily enough.
Is that spitting out little boxes of RMC or powder or whatever?
I think that's what it's going to be. It's going to be like the Arastra or something akin to that effect. And so they're going to come out that door and essentially, like the Misfortune, the tech is already there. Why not use it again?
Yeah, cool.
So again, I'm not sure that this has got internals. Based on its size, it's basically Pisces sized, which is, we call it S1 or S2. What is it? S1. Oh shit, S2. God, I'm so tired. I've been moving my sleep for AIE and I'm completely sleep deprived. So yeah, but yeah, forgive me if I get some stuff wrong today. I do apologize, but I am liking the look. It is definitely whole new look, and I think people are going to get really excited for the Arastra and the Orion, knowing that there's a whole nother look coming. I'd love to know, and I guess we may hear about this. Is this another one from Montreal? Like if they hit another home run like Montreal they did with the Cutter and the Zeus, or is this a combined effort? I'd really like to see how that comes down the pipe.
One thing. Yeah, I agree. And one thing I want to say about this too, obviously, I'm not going to, every time I'm on the Inforunners, I talk about design language and the new design languages and how much I love them. This is a home run for me visually. But more than that, remember, we're old dogs. We've been around the park for quite some time, you and me, Execute. And so when I see these starter ships, because this will come with a game package, I'm certain of it.
Yeah, agreed.
When I see these starter ships like the Golem when it was released, the Cutter when it was released, they're so good for Star Citizen because someone can come in and say, okay, let's say let's stretch this and say it's $100. I don't think it will be. I think it'll be cheaper, but let's stretch it and say it's $100 ship. Someone can say, okay, I want to check out salvage. I don't know if I want to commit to the money that is a vulture. So here's my $80 to $100 or $60 or however much it costs. And I can at least start to test out the salvage aspect of this game. So I'm a big fan of starters. I would like to see way more starters than way less starters. And this is the first salvage starter. That's huge. So hats off to you, CIG. Really, really, really cool. I'm
kind of roughly expecting about $70 for this one. And that's something I didn't ask about the Grey Cat as well. So what do you think the price on this one and the MDC? Why
MDC will be, it's the LTI token, so $45, $50, something like that, I think. And then this will be the next up, so 65, between 65 and 85, I'd say. I don't know where, somewhere in there.
Yep. That's roughly around where I'm thinking too. So yeah. Then we got the L22 Wolf. We did not get a lot of screenshots of this, but it is a whole new ship. As you can see from the fins here, it's a different body.
I've got a shot for you if you want. I can send it to you right now.
Oh, please. It might be the shot I've already seen, but yeah, there is a shot of it.
It's the one of the tail piece. Have you seen the one with the tail piece?
Please, please send it.
Yeah. I'll grab it for you right now. Give me one sec.
No problem. But yeah, those skins are pretty much in line with the one on the bottom left here is Screaming America. It's like the one from, oh god, I've forgotten the name of it. Thunder. Is it Thunderbirds?
Thunderbirds?
Yeah, Thunderbirds. It's Screaming Thunderbirds to me, this one down here. So yeah.
It's that retrofuturism, right? I think that's what you're trying to get to there.
Yeah.
And absolutely, Krueger. I mean, the more we see from Krueger, the more excited we get. They just keep nailing it. And CIG, I'm just so impressed. Keep on doing what you were doing, CIG, because retrofuturism awesome, and Krueger looks great.
Really quick, I
sorry.
didn't read the description for this one. So this is for the salvage, for the salvation. So it says, for centuries, Robert Space Industries has prided itself on crafting vehicles that not only meets the pilot's needs, but exceeds the expectations. While RSI salvation may seem like a simple salvaging craft at first glance, every detail from salvage arm to the onboard processing plant to the convenient external storage has been refined and optimized to make the amateur feel like an expert. So that's the description for that one. If I go along to the L22, I don't know if
I sent you the screenshot, by the way, if you want to.
Let's hope it's, yep, that's the one I've seen. I'll open that so we can see it. So that's it there.
And the reason I wanted to bring it up is two reasons.
Oh yeah.
One, very obviously, very obviously the tail pieces has changed immensely. And all my favorite racing friend goes by the name of Tails, was number one around Snake's Pit. He assumes, as I do, that this is the Archimedes to the P52, so it's a race variant.
Agreed.
And
really?
also,
You're going to say race variant?
I think so. Yeah, I think it'll be. I think it'll be more maneuverable.
Well, maybe, but you do realize it's got guns right there, right? But yeah.
Yep. Bear with me though. Why would they change the design language, the visual design language of the ship, if there wasn't something more to it than it just has laser guns? Because they could have easily just put laser guns on it.
They also tend to put a lot of fins on racing variants, like the LX and a few other things. So yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, but also we may as well talk about it as well while we got it here. Those big size 4 laser repeaters, they ended up being repeaters, not cannons in the end.
Yep. We did see those in the files about a week or so ago. So yeah, that tracks.
They look spectacular, and maybe we'll get some new size 4 repeaters from, not these ones, but a modified version from Krueger to be put on other ships in the future. Who knows?
No, I don't have a description for that one. They just didn't do post one, or they just don't have one. But what price are you thinking on this one?
100. What was the original Wolf? $90,
and then it came out 100. So it was $90 Warborn, $100 Thingo. So I'm thinking.
I think this would be 110.
Yeah,
100.
I reckon. Which is on the same price as the Buccaneer type thing. So yeah.
Yep. I've got a description for the Wolf as well. Just so you know, I think it's the same thing. Yep. It says manufacturer, Krueger, Focus, Light Fighter. Then it says, which there you go, it might just be of Light Fighter. It says Focus right there. Meter ship, almost 400 years in the making and well worth the wait. Krueger Intergalactic is excited to present their first independently manufactured ship, the Wolf, combining speed and style and impeccably precise design. The L22 Alpha Wolf is not only a showcase for Krueger, but is a battle ready to hunt alone or in packs with a powerful array of armaments, including 2 bespoke size 4 laser repeaters.
See, that goes back to, now I go, no, well, if it's not a racer, then maybe it is exactly the same price. I don't know. Look, it'll either be 100 or 110. We're being a bit semantic at this point, but I think so. And it does say the roller's Light Fighter, so it would say racing if it was racing. So yeah, I kind of go back to, you changed my mind, and now I've changed my mind back after.
I changed my mind. What in the world?
Yeah, but that's fine. So that's how you got to be. You got to be dynamic when you're doing this speculation stuff. All right. Next cab off the rank is the Golem. Now, I don't have any. There are videos of these, by the way, but I'm not going to show the videos because I don't want to be too leaky. I want people to kind of go in and experience these things for themselves firsthand. So, this is a taste tester. I like using images, but I don't want to do videos because I think it just spoils a little bit too much. So if you want to see a video, they're out there, and I'm sure there'll be other people that'll be showing them off. Right, I'm going to say straight off the rack, Trishbone called this. He called it absolutely perfectly. He made a fat... what we were joking about at a fat ox that did 64 SCU, and that's exactly what it is. He called it in a nutshell, and it does. I'm telling you, if you've seen the video of this, it looks a hell of, like the back part of it looks a hell of a lot like an MPUV. Like it's so similar. It's not funny. So it is definitely a competitor, but it carries a bit more cargo again. And I think it puts the price up too. It now carries as much as a Spirit. But I think it'll be a bit.
Really?
Yeah, a Spirit carries 64 SCU. So that it puts it in that kind of contention now. It's obviously not going to have the guns. It's not going to have the speed. I think being Drake, though, I think you can clearly see why the Hull A, the Hull B, the Raelian, and the Raft are all going up in price because This thing.
This is coming out. Yeah, good call. Yeah.
In a way, if it had been 32 SCU, I had called it. I literally said it'll be the same price, but now it's doing double. That really throws a spanner in the works, and I think that's why the Jose is going up from $90, because that's where I'm expecting this to kind of land now. It's not as good as a fighter, and it's not good as a Cutlass, and a Cutlass is a 110, 115, so it's got to drop back a bit. But then again, a Hole is better than this. Right, so Hole, I think a Hole does exactly the amount of SCU, to be honest, as this. So
okay. So, well, do you think, because they've been talking about quite a lot about how there's, and we were looking at this on the website, there's the starters and then there's the like advanced, right? So the starter fighter, advanced fighter, starter salvage, advanced salvage. Do you think this is starter, or is Hale still the starter and this becomes the advanced?
I think they're both in the same ballpark, right? I think they are directly competing. If they're the same SCU, from what I remember, I can look it up, but basically from what I remember, they're both 64. But you got to remember, MISC is a higher tech level, but the fact that you can't put like a 32 SCU card container on the Hale, you have to put smaller ones because it doesn't hold those, and this does.
Yeah,
so this can do better, but the tech level is worse, right? So it's kind of like how you got the Misfortune and the Vulture. They're the same price. I'm going to be realistic. I'm expecting the same thing. I think this is kind of going to be $90, and maybe if the Whole A goes up, then therefore this will be the same price as the Whole A. That's kind of what I'm expecting, but again, it's hard to tell. It's a new marketing person, and we don't know their patterns just yet. They've only been out since January, but they have been quite aggressive. I'd go higher than lower, but knowing the Whole A is going back in price, it might only be $10. So this could be like $100, but we'll see.
I don't have a whole lot to say about this. It's box hauling, and I'm not a box hauler. What I will say is that I loved the visual design language of the Drake Golem. It was spectacular to see them grab that model, because I sat there on my stream once looking around it going, it could have guns here and it could turn into like the first proper light fighter from Drake, yada yada yada. So to see them take that Golem platform, build it out like they have, I'm super excited. It's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful shape, and we'll have to wait and see what it looks like once it's in game. I haven't seen it yet.
There are some cool mysteries around this, though, like the big hole in it. Like, does it actually still do the tractor beam and let you suck things up and stuff? So we'll have to see how that kind of pans out. So I am interested in the price. There are things to learn off this ship from the marketing person specifically, and to tell what prices are going to be in the future. So yeah, I did find that one interesting. Right, the Clipper. I had these backwards. Sorry. So this is the Clipper. The first thing I'll say straight off the bat is it definitely changed from the silhouette. It is not the same. I've seen some really cool videos of this. Of like, what part of shit is this? You know, with the but you know the cockpit's changed. It is essentially like a double stacked Herald, probably a little bit larger than that again. It's somewhere between a Herald and a Corsair, basically. And
so
if you
I happen to know that it's 3 stories.
Yep.
So there are three floors in it. In that weird looking body of it, I've been told that it has crafting and a medical bay.
Well, that's the thing. I've talked to a person at CRG about this, and they basically said it's like a life in the verse ship. And if you read the focus, it says versatile. So this is more of a I don't know what I want to do in the game ship. It does a little bit of everything. So it's got a medical bay. It's got, like, I'll read the description. So this is the Clipper. Manufactured Drake interplanetary, focus, versatile. If there is one thing every capable captain needs to take to heart as they prepare for journey across the stars, it is to expect the unexpected. With a cargo bay, medical facilities, and crafting capabilities, along with the Drake's practical design sensibilities, the Clipper is the perfect all-rounder for any new spacefaring enterprise. What this ship reminds me of specifically is things like the Carrack. Not a lot of guns, but all these preparing for the work. Like, think about it. The Carrack's got a medical bay. It's got repair facilities. That's kind of what this has got. The repair facilities, the manufacturing, the medical. This is kind of like a mini Explorer, do a little bit of everything, but you're not getting into combat. You're not getting into fights.
not really that undergun. I'll be keen to see what its maneuverability
Well-
is, because it's not really that undergun. I've been told it has 4 size 3s.
That's
And
correct.
4 size 3s, that's a lot of firepower. I mean, think about that's the Spirit has 4 size 3s, doesn't it?
So Bops is going to be going out now. He's PvPing for a whole month in this ship, and then I want to get a report back from him.
I will be, yes,
because
I will.
I don't think it's going to go well. Just
I don't think so either, but I'll try.
but
my point is it's not like it's just got like 2 size 3s. Like the Golem, for example, has no firepower, no bite. The Vulture has no firepower, no bite. It's reasonable firepower. It's got the healing, it's got the crafting, it's got the frunk, which I've been told the front of it opens up like a trunk or something. So I know this is kooky. My only hesitation is this seems more like the Corsair design and less like the Golem design. So when was it released in the lore? Is it brand new? Like the design language is a bit odd.
We don't know that yet. I do know it was concepted by Laith Shishwaishi. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Shi-Wei-ish is his last name. Laith. And I found that out from some of the people at CIG, and this is like, it blew them away. But again, it breaks a lot of their conventions because it's asymmetrical, but they don't like doing asymmetry. So as you can see, it's got like 2 small engines on one side and a big one on the other. It just breaks their whole convention. Like, they went against that after the Caterpillar came out. They literally changed the Herald because it was symmetrical. They've changed, like, up until this point, we've had fake symmetry, and now we've got an asymmetrical ship again. So this is kind of, it really speaks to me because of the asymmetrical design. So I'm probably going to pick one up just because of the cool factor of it.
Falls in line with the Corsair's asymmetry as well. So
yeah.
I mean, I've got this is a ship I just have to. I want to see the numbers for this ship, right? So it's got a little bit of cargo. Its medbed, is it going to be tier 1, tier 2, tier 3? The crafting, what is it going to be, tier 0 or bigger?
Yeah.
What's its speed going to be like? What's its maneuverability? Like, there's a lot of questions for me that I'm very excited to have answered. I don't think the answers matter necessarily, but I want to know the answers.
We could literally talking about the ultimate solo ship in the game, right? If
Exactly.
it is in fact solo, because it just does a little bit of everything.
Or it could be completely useless because it's too slow or too maneuverable. Or
well,
something
again,
like that. So we did
on paper though. Right now, it's somewhere between an Avenger and a Carrack, is what I'm trying to explain, and it's really hard to explain. Cool. It's not an explorer, it's not a crafter, it's not a medical ship, but it just does a little bit of everything, and it's clearly only going to be a tier 3 bed, but that's still way more than most ships, right? So yeah, I'm really intrigued by this. I think it's a really cool step forward, and I want to see more asymmetry.
Yeah,
I was really annoyed when I had a Herald and I got rid of it because you removed the asymmetry. It's that simple.
The more I hear about these ships from IE, the more excited I get. Initially, I wasn't super excited for this clipper, but now I've seen that front profile of it with just that goofy looking face on it. Yeah. That is so exciting to me. So I'm keen to see the cheese grater get to work.
There's some really, really nice skins for it. We'll look at that in a second. But the other thing I want to say is Grim and Trist and we all thought this flew vertical because of those rules they put in place about symmetry, right? It just didn't make sense. So again, that's what allows it to fly vertically, the complete breaking of these rules that they'd kind of established over the years. So if anyone that has gone, oh, you got it wrong, yeah, we did get it wrong, but that's because they changed the rules. So this kind of goes along the lines of what I was saying way back at the start of the video. If they change something, we can't predict it as well. So yeah.
I thought it was a data runner, and I'm happy to admit I'm happy to be wrong about it. That yellow skin is fantastic. Look at that. Oh my lord. Beautiful.
I'm going to be honest. There's some cool ones like this one here, the middle one is like white and red, and then this one here is like black, white, and red, and they are like inverse of each other. And then this one is red, yellow, and the blue one, and then there's a green camo one. They all look really good. The one thing that I'll say that I've noticed on the ships that have come out today is they have a shit ton of branding. So this literally says Clipper right down the side. The Perseus's doors, for example, when you walk in, the RSI logos on the door and the sign of the room, like there's way more signage. They took it up such a notch over the Polaris. Like they heard that feedback. They clearly heard the feedback of everyone saying, where's the signage and all this type of shit. And it's plastered over all of them. So I think that they're going to another level. And the number of skins for the Perseus, I cannot show you every single skin because it'll take too long, but there is literally 15 of them. It's made so many.
What I will say, and this just as a slight criticism from my behalf, I do feel like I'm seeing this one has a couple that are a little different, but there's always a light blue skin, a yellow skin, a camo skin, a red what's a bit black, a black what's a bit red, and then something else. With almost every single ship, the Hornets were like this, and so on and so forth. I'd like to see him start to broaden the color palette a little bit. Well, these all look really good.
You've got to leave enough for the patch bundles for them to sell and rip you off another $30, bro. Come on, that's what it's for. That's what. Yeah, clearly there's going to be more skins coming for this in the patch bundles. I guarantee it'll be. Well, you know the Corsair skin that they put the concierge looking one in the Outburst bundle. They'll do that for this. I guarantee you in the next 12 months. Pull it now, clip this. There'll be a black and gold one for this, 100%. Because where's the concierge skin? There isn't one.
Yep. And just to finalize what I was saying though, like these are all good. I'm not criticizing any of these. These look fantastic. Just to be clear, these are good. But like when I saw the Shiv skins where we had like the chrome one and then that awesome like floral paint job one and some of the crazy skins we saw on a few of the other ships, like the Paladin having the like bright yellow shoulders with like the green back and stuff. I was really getting excited to see something a little bit like more broad or risque. Not quite Cadbury, but something a little bit different. So which the Perseus has a few of those.
That would be a really good segue actually, to break it up a little bit. Hang on, give me a second. They actually brought out these. I'll open this real quickly just as a segue. So these are the best in show skins, and they are literally black. Look at the Gladiator one. It looked black in the image, so they're a metallic gold and black shade. They have to be based on the angles we saw. That's why it looked black in some images and gold in others. So now I know it's like a two-tone black gold. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, it's that. I'd call it bronze. That's what I see. I see like makeup bronze is what I see, not gold.
Or you might
that's
call
just
it
my eyes.
You might call it a false gold. I've heard it called that too in the post.
But
again,
gold, something like that.
But I would say it's gold. Yeah.
That Gladiator looks so good, and Gladiator's finally getting a skin. Rejoice that time.
Yeah.
Now,
so
these are awesome. I got no criticism. They all look really good. Really cool.
Alrighty then. And I've got so the other thing, Perseus, right? The first thing I'll say straight off the back is after seeing the videos and looking at this, all my concerns about it looking armored have really kind of faded. The default skin here is like a metallic look, and that metallic look does make it look like an older, I don't know how to say it, but an older tin baked bean can. Like it has that kind of older style, like almost like a 1950s aesthetic with, you know, that tin look where they bent tin.
Yeah.
And it really does have that age thing that I was hoping it would have. So I'm very relieved, and a lot of my concerns have been let go. And
I think I do love the more squashed look of the previous design, but I don't think that it's necessarily that design was better than this. This is still awesome. I just think it was a little bit different. And like you, seeing this like in the game moving, because I have seen it moving, it's visually just stunning. So I know that we did have some concerns, and I'm just keen to see it. Shredding hammerheads. I'm very excited.
When you end up seeing this in game for yourselves, again, I don't like to spoil it too much, but when you get inside, it is so good. The retro futurism type thing is really on point. Not solid floors everywhere. There's grates in some places and stuff like that. Railings are really well done. They have just dialed it up to 11, literally on everything. And as soon as Grim saw this, his first thought was, I wanted this for the Polaris. I was like, dude, you'll get it eventually. Just wait. They'll go back and do it. So when you look at something like this and you get disappointed that your ship doesn't look as good as this, just remember it will look as good when they go back and do a pass on it. And there are some of the things in this that have already carried over to Polaris, and there are some things that from the Clipper, by the way, that have passed on to the Corsair. So there are little things that are already made their way across, and there'll be more that make their way across in time. So yeah.
Are you telling me that I'll get an Ironclad 85X?
85X is Origin, and Ironclad
Yeah.
is Drake.
You said it would carry
if you
to
go,
the other ships.
If you go to the Grey's Market, yeah, maybe the Ironclad 85X. Don't know how that's going to work. Looks awkward, but I've seen big dogs and little dogs, and they can do some weird things together. So we'll see how that goes. Right. Right. The mind boggles. Right. That's the back shot of it. I just want to show another one, but the rest of these are just skins. And they're all really, really good.
Yeah.
Not how do I put this? I don't like every single one of these skins, but there's a very large selection, 15 of them. They clearly know they're going to bank with this. I've never seen so many skins for one ship. So just put it over. So
do you want to know why there's a lot of skins? Why I think there's a lot of skins? Because everyone already owns the Perseus. There's the new crowd that's coming in, and they have to make money off of this ship somehow. Yes, there will be people who buy it, but I think the vast majority of the Star Citizen community, this is the coolest ship they've ever announced or released. The concept was wonderful. It's a good size. It has reasonable firepower. It's great for PvE. So I think a lot of people already own this ship, and they've put a lot of work into it. They'll sell a few. They'll probably sell quite a lot. But for all of us old dogs who've owned it for 6 years, they got to get money out of it somehow. And the Pokemon catch all the skins is where we'll spend our money.
Or simply, the marketing manager went into Chris Roberts and sat down and said, "I like money." This is also,
that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
But this is the closest one I can find to the Shadowfall paint, or the Thundercloud paint. Sorry, Shadowfall was for the Paladin. I've mixed myself up, but yeah. So that's probably going to be that one. I think it does look really good. There is a couple that are really similar. I think this may be the Concierge one because it's gold and white. I think
for sure.
That's that one. So I tried to grab some ones I thought were a bit different. This one,
that's horrid but good. So that's like a classic Rust design. It's a Russian camo. Yep. While it offends my eyes, I could realistically see I mean, we've shown those jets on stream before where they're blended into the green background. I could see this in somewhere like Pyro just seamlessly blending into the background. Like it looks great.
One of the things I tried to do was grab different ones. So this design, if you can imagine that in black and gray, almost like the Shadowfall, they do have the Thundercloud. I did again, didn't I call it Shadowfall? They do have a similar one in that. So I've grabbed different patterns, right? So there are a couple others that look like the Concierge one. There's a couple others that look like this one. And then there was this one, which is like a 50-50. So the front half is red and the back half is kind of gray, almost like it's a knife dipped in blood. I think that was kind of cool. And then the last one I've got, cool. And the last one I've got here, and you can almost see this one does look a little bit like the Concierge one. See how they're...
I call that the Disco Lando color scheme.
Very similar. I call it the Execute color scheme because it's black with a little bit of red. That's my thing. I can guarantee if I was here right now, he'd be going, "Oh, that's the Execute one right there."
Okay.
So yeah,
there you go. It's cool. It's super cool. Can you just go back to the rusty looking one again for me 1 second? I just saw a new potential. Imagine you're out there with 15 moles and rafts running a combat operation out in the mining belt somewhere, and this is in amongst all the Argo ships. You're never going to spot it. Execute. It's going to blend right into the background of all those moles and rafts, just seamlessly disappear before your eyes. So
I'll open a couple more here real quick just to give you some examples of what I was trying to say. So there's a forest one. We've got just the plain kind of beige looking one. So there is a lot of different ones here. Like there's like this is what I mean. Like they made this one. This is the navy colored looking camo one, but it's exactly the same pattern as the Cloudburst. So they've done a few different ones. Like here's the black digital one I was talking about, like almost like the forest and the rust one. Yep. So there's a whole bunch of different ones there. It's really like, here's another one similar to the first one I showed, but just gray. So yeah,
I love that beige one. I like retro 90s aesthetic, not retro futurism, but like big CRT monitors and like the mech warrior blocky. Like everything's an awful green or an awful green or an awful cream or beige or an awful gray. And so when I see that beige skin for the Perseus, that's what I will be using. It's that terrible beige. It's awful, and I love it. It's very, very cool.
Well,
That's what I mean by having skins that break the boundary. Before we were talking about how there's the blue one and then the red one what's a bit black and the black one what's a bit red. They're here, right? You were talking about that black and red skin before, and then there was the one that was all red with blood, but then black at the back. So it's the red one what's black and the black one what's red. But then occasionally they throw in something really cool and different, which is that creamy beigey one, or that blue navy one that's all sort of cool, or whatever, or that horrible rust red one.
I'm just worried because the costs of the Polaris skins were like what, $25 each or $20 each. So like, is the pack for this thing to get all of them like $300 dues? Like I don't know what it's going to be. So I'm a bit worried about cost, but we'll see. Hopefully they have some cool bundles and maybe you can get like, well, they either do separately or one for everything. I'd rather have like a couple, like here's the camo ones, here's the the little set one. So we'll see what they do. Yeah. I'm interested to see where they go. Right. The last thing I want to show off that's a little bit of I'm going to show off a couple of things here this is the Twitch drop armor. But what I wasn't expecting was they also have a medium one, and tell me that this isn't Vandal. It's Vandal.
Isn't that's the Terravan Bird one, isn't it? It's just the Terravan Bird one.
No, this is new, but like look at the face there. It is so Vandal like it's not funny. So it was really
Hey,
cool.
can you go back to the previous one for me, briefly?
Yep.
Because I only looked at the helmet. I thought initially that this was the Atlazen, or Atlas, whatever it's pronounced. But I've just noticed now that it's got the Atlazen legs and Atlazen helmet, but the chest piece is the Geist.
Exactly.
That's the new Geist.
Exactly.
ASD.
And then
this might be mix and match.
Yep, and this is a like just the eyes and the way that fits around the Vandal is very similar to the Vandal armor. I think these are for humans that are either chasing or are kind of what do you call that? They're sympathetic to the Vandals somehow. But this last one, okay, I cannot get away from Darth Vader, and I'll show you why. I've got another screenshot, and it looks so much like Darth Vader. It's not funny. And I think
holy blue and gold.
Yeah. But look at this and tell me that these two screenshots here are not Darth Vader. Right? That one there and this one here. This one here, like I saw it in a thumbnail and I went, oh, what's that Darth Vader skin? So yeah, that's going to be so popular.
I see space Viking.
Oh, that
screams space Viking to me. If you go back, show that cape. Yeah, and then go back to the one before it as well.
Yeah,
just to get a full
it
view.
is. But again, a good kind of homage takes one thing and merges it with another thing. So if you're taking Vikings and Darth Vader,
it does look Vader-esque. You're 100% right. Yeah. It looks super Vader.
So yeah, I'm expecting this to be a bundle that you buy. The best. So at the last day of the schedule, they have the best in show, where they release the best in show skins. They also sell armors. I think these are the armors that are going to be for sale.
Just to touch on the Twitch drops, I think that's a super positive move from CIG. Obviously, I'm a streamer, so I might look at it a little differently than anyone else. But I remember a time where other video games like Escape from Tarkov started to do drops when I wasn't streaming and I was watching, and it was a great reason for me to engage with streamers, and it was it was great for the game. Tarkov blew up once they started doing drops. So I think we'll see people see that little word drops or giveaway, and they come to check out what the game is. And I think we're going to see a huge influx of players that can start with this super cool armor. So I'm very positive about it. I know there's been some negativity, and I've read some of the concerns. I don't want to get too heavily into it here, but I just want to say that ultimately I think it's an amazing thing for CIG to do and get involved with. And I think it's really going to be very good for our community in the long term.
Anything in life, it's really hard to take yourself out of it, but if you take yourself out of it and how you feel, Twitch versus YouTube or Kick or any other platform, you got to look at it as the health of our game. And when you look at it as the health of our game, you can't not see it as positive. Like, we are mainly YouTubers on our side, right? And we stream on Twitch like once a week when we do that interactive show. But the guys watching this episode right now will be on YouTube, and they probably don't want to go over to Twitch to watch it. But I know that they're cluey enough to know why it's being done. And it's just simple. There is no drop system for YouTube. It's that simple. And if YouTube had something, I'm sure they would have done that too.
Correct. This isn't a Twitch versus YouTube thing. This is Twitch has got the Bezos dollars behind them, and so they are just trying to engage their communities as much as they can. CIG know that this is going to be healthy for their community and healthy for their streamers. Remember, streamers are important to help build the community out and support new players, because we don't have the proper tutorials and onboarding systems yet. So they come to us. They come to YouTube videos like yourself, Execute, like this one, to get some more information. And Paul and all the others as well. So yeah, it's cool. It's very, very good, and it's a positive step, and it shows that CIG are looking to build in the future and grow, and it's very exciting to me. Very exciting.
Well, I'm really reinvigorated for AIE now. I think it's the most exciting AIE we've had in probably 5 years, so it's definitely got a lot more exciting. But I'll actually put that off in the comments below. Are you now excited about AIE, and what are you looking forward to? And Bops, I'd ask you the same. What would you like to hear from people in the comments below?
Do you think the Clipper will be able to solo the Perseus? And also, how do you think the Salvation fits into the full salvage build?
And how bald is Bops going to be when he loses the Clipper challenge? I'd like to know. Is it going to be like a 1 or a 2? Like how? We'll see. You know, he'll look like a spring chicken, I'm sure. We'll call him the drumstick. Maybe when he's all right. With that, then don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and thank you to everyone that went the extra mile on the end of the video on Patreon. Now, I did actually forget to ask you, where are you on the interwebs? I did forget that. Sorry.
I'm on Twitch, so come and hang on out. We'll be broadening that shortly, but for now, come and hang out on Twitch. We do lots of training. We have lots of fun. We do some bot stuff like we're doing right now. There's heaps of stuff. And right now we're doing a giveaway for an LTI Perseus. So if you want to just come check out and see if you want to get involved with the giveaway, please do. And a Bopathon will be happening in a couple of days as well. So on the 20th for IAE, we'll be doing a huge Bopathon. So if you want to see live reactions, I'm sure Execute will drop in at some point himself, and we'll have some fun.
I think I'll add on that too. We're giving away a Paladin as well during AIE, so I haven't quite exactly sussed out how I'm going to do that, but I will be giving it away over that week, so I picked one of those up to give away. Right, with that then, he's been Nonstop Bops.
Yeah, he's been Execute.
He learns so quickly. Right, see you, citizens.
See you guys.